They thought I would break. They thought I would cry like my daughter did, sprinting from the room with her little chest heaving. But I didn't cry. I watched my mother's lips curl around the words like poison. We wish Amanda's kids were our only grandkids. The room was silent except for my daughter's sobs echoing down the hallway. That was the moment the air shifted. The betrayal wasn't new. It had been growing, festering for years. But this was the cut too deep to leave unstitched. The past. When Amanda first entered the family, I welcomed her. She was my brother's wife, a little too polished, a little too perfect, but harmless, or so I thought. My parents adored her. They hung on her every word, praised her cooking, boasted about her children as if they were made of gold. And me? I was the afterthought. My marriage had ended. My career was steady but unremarkable. My kids, well, they weren't golden enough. Still, I believed blood meant loyalty. I believed parents saw all their children equally. I was wrong. The signs. It started small. Amanda's children's drawings framed on the fridge, while mine were shuffled into drawers. Her kids' birthdays celebrated with parties, photographers, and expensive gifts, while mine got envelopes and perfunctory hugs. I told myself it didn't matter, that love wasn't measured in cake tiers or Facebook posts. But then came the slip-ups. My parents forgetting to show up for my daughter's recital. The sideways comments about how Amanda's kids just seem brighter, more polite. Each word was a seed, and resentment grew roots in my chest. The breaking point. That night, when my daughter ran away crying, I didn't follow her. Not immediately. I sat across from my mother and father, hands steady in my lap. My mother smiled faintly, satisfied. Amanda smirked, sipping her wine like royalty. It wasn't Amanda who had spoken the words, but she didn't need to. She'd already won their allegiance, turned them into loyal subjects. I excused myself calmly, kissed my daughter's damp cheeks, put her to bed, and then I began to plan. The shift. See, grief paralyzes some people, not me. Grief sharpens me. While they slept in their houses, wrapped in the comfort of their smug favoritism, I drew lines in my head, connections, weak points. I didn't need to scream. I didn't need to beg them to love my children. I just needed to take everything they leaned on, everything they flaunted, and set it ablaze without ever striking a match myself. The plan. Step 1 was information. Amanda loved to brag. I listened, always. Her husband, my brother, was careless with money. Investments that looked glamorous but weren't stable. Loans he hadn't mentioned to my parents. I filed every word away. Step 2 was silence. I said nothing. Smiled at family dinners. Complimented Amanda's dress. Sent birthday gifts to her kids. I let them believe I was weak, passive, harmless. Step 3 was precision. I made calls, quiet ones. Anonymously reported tax irregularities my brother had let slip. A friend of a friend who worked in finance confirmed suspicions. Then I nudged gently. My parents had investments tied to his ventures. I mentioned I was worried for them. Just planting seeds. The execution. 3 days after the comment, the one that broke my daughter, I watched the first cracks form. My father called me, voice sharp. "Did you hear about your brother's accounts being frozen?" I feigned shock, listened, murmured sympathy. Then came the mortgage strain. Then whispers of infidelity Amanda hadn't noticed, but I had. A text thread, a woman's name I recognized, quietly forwarded to Amanda from an anonymous email. Within a month, Amanda's perfect life was splintering. The parties stopped. The smiles faded. My parents, once so certain of their golden branch of the family tree, were suddenly desperate, calling me more often, leaning on me in ways they never had. I answered, of course, polite, cool, always there for them. The confrontation. It wasn't dramatic. No screaming, no throwing glasses against walls. It was Sunday dinner. Amanda was pale, mascara smudged. My brother sat stiff, avoiding eye contact. My parents, unusually quiet, their certainty replaced with unease. And me? I carved my roast slowly, deliberately, the knife glinting under the chandelier. When Amanda finally snapped, accusing my brother of betrayal, demanding answers, I set down my fork, looked at my parents, and I asked, calmly, almost sweetly, "Still wish Amanda's kids were your only grandkids?" The silence was exquisite. The payoff. They never answered. They couldn't. Amanda's marriage dissolved in less than a year. My brother, broke and humiliated, moved states away. My parents, stripped of their pedestal, had nowhere left to stand but beside me.